Hi boys and girls, welcome to Story Time with Miss Heather. This morning we're going to read Corduroy. Corduroy is a Scholastic book by Don Freeman. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day he waited with all the other animals and dolls for someone to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button on one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy then watched them sadly walk away. Sadly as they walked away. And they are walking away. "I didn't know I lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight, I'll go and see if I can find it." I wonder where his button is. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from the shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped on the escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. Is he on a mountain? Oh, it might seem that way. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Do you think he's in a palace? He wandered around admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed," and he crawled onto a thick mattress. All at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, there's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up. But like all the buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. How do you think he could get that button off? He could pull it. He could cut it. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress toppled Corduroy. Bang! Onto a tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he explained. "Someone must be hiding in here." Is somebody hiding in the store? He flashed the light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking out from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get upstairs?" See his little ears? How did Corduroy get upstairs? Do you remember? He went up the escalator. The watchman took Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own teddy bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." So she saved her money. She decided to buy a teddy bear. Shall I put him in a box for you, she said. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. They ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs to her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he said. I know I've always wanted a home. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable once your shoulder strap is fixed. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. I hope you guys enjoyed Corduroy by Don Freeman, and keep checking back for more story time. Bye, friends. Have a good day.